says that God's controversy is against those who did not protect their sheep, those who perhaps even deceived their sheep, those who told their sheep that the law was nailed to the cross, that it's not necessary for Christians to keep the Sabbath because it was for the Jews. It says in verse 36, a voice of the cry of the shepherds and a wailing of the leaders to the flock will be heard. For the Lord has plundered their pasture, and the peaceful dwellings are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Lord. He has left his lair like the lion, for their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor and because of his fierce anger. These are vivid pictures of the destruction of the wicked who want to destroy God's people who have formed a covenant relationship with God. Now we need to deal with one final thing before we bring this to an end. What about the 1,600 stadia? Now allow me to read you, first of all, a statement. This is not from the Bible. It's from the Apocrypha. But it shows that the imagery of horses treading a winepress and wading in blood is a common symbol that was used back in that time. It says in 1 Enoch, chapter 100 and verse 3, by the way, this isn't inspired. I'm just showing you that this kind of conception existed in the times that John wrote. It says, the horse shall walk through the blood of sinners up to his chest. See, that's very similar to Revelation 14. And the chariot shall sink down up to its top. In those days the angels, see, that's the angels that are doing this. In those days the angels shall descend into the secret places. They shall gather together into one place all those who gave aid to sin. And we know that that's the winepress. And the Most High will arise on that day of judgment in order to execute a great judgment upon all the sinners. So you have this imagery already contained in these books from the time in which John wrote. Now what about the 1,600 stadia? The fact is that the Bible, in the book of Revelation specifically, intensifies numbers to represent that these numbers are not literal, but they express something much greater, something which is universal. Now, 1,600 is 4 times 4 times 100. Now, number 4 is the number of universality, the 4 angles of the earth. But what John is doing, inspired by the Holy Spirit, is intensifying the number 4. He's multiplying 4 times 100 to express the fact that the winepress covers the whole earth. In fact, the Bible does this also with the 144,000. The 144,000 is 12 times 1,000. In other words, it represents a much larger group than literally 144,000 people. So basically, the 1,600 stadia is a multiple of 4 intensified, which represents the fact that the wicked will be found globally in the winepress of the world, surrounding God's faithful people that are in spiritual Jerusalem on a global or worldwide scale. Now, there's an interesting commentary made by Jameson, Fawcett, and Brown. This is a very well-known Bible commentary. It's not written by Seventh-day Adventists, but they grasped this idea that 1,600 represents something that happens on a worldwide scale. They say in their commentary this: 1,600, a square number, 4 by 4 by 100. The 4 quarters, they explain, north, south, east, and west of the Holy Land, or else of the world. The universality of the worldwide destruction being indicated.